CBS Monday. A jury's visit to a murder victim's home leads to a second homicide.
So this is our dead defendant.
It's a Halloween night they'll never forget.
The killer's a juror.
A new CSI Miami, CBS Monday.
Monday on The Late Show, Dave gets some tough love from Dr. Phil. Plus, CSI New York's Gary Sinise and Dave's big audience giveaway. Now your local news.
If you still need to roll up your sleeve and get a flu shot, I have the information you may be looking for. I'm Stacey Wiggins. I'll have a live report.
And warmer temperatures in the 10-day forecast. Details coming up. Your news starts in 30 seconds.
Hey, it's your future. Here's what's up in the exciting world of healthcare.
Nursing's fun and extremely exciting. It's fast-paced and there is something new every day. The pay is great and there's always room for advancement. You work closely with the patients and the doctors. Nursing, check it out.
To learn more about your future career opportunities, log on to WTKR.com and click on Your Future.
Riverside, Centera, and Bon Secours, partners in your future.
A plane goes down just outside of Martinsville. 10 people are dead, and the world of NASCAR is in mourning. I'm Brian Sinkoff, and I'll have that story.
And you can get a flu shot at this Virginia Beach Kmart tomorrow. I'm Stacey Wiggins reporting live. I'll tell you if people are already waiting in line.
And emergency workers take a dive in an effort to save lives as nervous family members stand along the bank of a river. Good evening and thanks for joining your News Channel 3 at 11. I'm Karen May. A plane goes down today near Martinsville, Virginia. On board, 10 people connected to a prominent NASCAR figure. Your News Channel 3 sports anchor Brian Sinkoff joins us now with the latest.
Well, Karen, tonight the world of NASCAR is in shock. A plane owned by the Hendrick Motorsports organization crashed on its way to the Martinsville race today. All 10 people aboard were killed, including in that 4 relatives of team owner Rick Hendrick, his son, his brother, and twin nieces. Of course, Hendrick owns the NASCAR teams of Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Terry Labonte, and Brian Vickers. Now, this is footage from the area near the crash site. An FAA spokesperson says the Beech 200 airplane took off from Concord, North Carolina and crashed in the Bull Mountain area about 7 miles west of the Martinsville airport this afternoon. NASCAR spokesman Jim Hunter said the FAA has notified the NTSB. They are investigating to determine what happened. NASCAR learned of the plane's disappearance during the race, but withheld information from the Hendrick drivers until after the race was completed.
He is just such a great guy and such a great part of the sport. The entire Hendrick organization is such a great part of our sport. I don't think words can put into play what I'm feeling right now.
Ironically, Jimmy Johnson actually won today's race at Martinsville, but his win hardly matters given the circumstances. Karen?
Thanks so much, Brian. Well, with the flu vaccine in short supply, your News Channel 3 is doing everything we can to help you fight the flu. So right now, we want to tell you about another chance to roll up your sleeve and get a flu shot. Your News Channel 3 Stacey Wiggins is live with our Beach Mobile Newsroom at the Pembroke Kmart. Good evening, Stacey.
Good evening, Karen. In 11 hours, you can get a flu shot here at this Kmart, but they're only expected to give out about 400 doses. Now, right now, there's nobody lining up ahead of time. But take a look at this. This is video of a flu shot clinic last week in Hampton Roads where the line snaked around the building. Now, most of the people in line were elderly, and some braved the brisk weather and started lining up for the vaccine as early as 1 in the morning. Now, some who spent time in line bundled in blankets weren't even able to get a shot because the vaccine ran out before their turn in line. Now, local flu experts do not recommend that the elderly and high-risk patients wait outside in line for several hours. They say getting the flu shot this way could actually do more harm than good.
The people that are at greatest risk from influenza complications are the ones that are doing unhealthy things when they stand in these lines outdoors for 4 or 5 hours. So they may be better off in terms of their own personal risk of finding a regular channel to get the flu shot or not incurring the risk of standing in line.
Now, here's what you need to know about the flu shot clinic tomorrow. It's here at the Virginia Beach Kmart in the Pembroke area. That's right across from the Pembroke Mall, and those shots will be given out between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Again, only 400 shots. Now, let's hope that people do take the advice of the flu experts who really advise against the elderly and those high-risk patients to come and wait out in line. Because I can tell you, it's 11 o'clock and it's already pretty cold. We had the heater on in the car, and I'm sure it's just going to get even colder. But let's go to our weather expert, Kelly Duran, to find out how chilly it is going to get. Kelly?
Well, if you're planning on standing in line for that flu shot early tomorrow morning, it's going to be another cold morning out there. Definitely wear a jacket, and our temperatures have been going up and down the last few days, so I'm sure a lot of people are feeling a little sick with those colds out there because of the cold rain and the up and down temperatures. Let's take a look at the numbers we hit today. The high was 55 degrees this afternoon, the low 47. Normal for this time of year, 67 degrees. If you remember, yesterday's high was 61 degrees, so down today and tomorrow. Those temperatures are going to head right back up. Right now we're at 51 degrees in Norfolk, 48 in Chesapeake, 50 degrees in Portsmouth, 52 degrees in Hampton, 51 right now at the beach. We're about 4 degrees colder tonight than we were last night at this hour, and temperatures will continue to drop into the 40s and possibly even some 30s on the eastern shore during the overnight hours. We'll tell you more coming up in just a minute.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Gunfire erupts in a Hampton Roads neighborhood this morning. Tonight, a man is dead. His family and friends are grieving. News Channel 3's Kathleen Carey has the latest on the fatal shooting in Norfolk.
Where West Ocean View dead ends lies the lifeless body of a man. Norfolk police say he had been shot and killed around 9:45 Sunday morning. Friends and family began arriving, offering comfort to one another. Even those who live in the normally quiet neighborhood are expressing sorrow.
Of course, people care. You know, if you're a friend or a family, you're going to care. You're going to want to know what happened.
Police at the scene keep those who appear to know the victim behind the crime tape while investigators look for clues.
It's actually kind of scary to think that this is so close to my house. Really close to my house. I just live down the street. You know, of course I want to know, what happened or how it happened or why it happened.
Those are the same questions being asked by loved ones and by police. In Norfolk, Kathleen Carey, News Channel 3.
Now, police have not released the victim's name. Officers also don't have a motive or a suspect, so if you have information, you're being asked to call the crime line at 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. We have new details tonight about a fatal shooting at a nightclub in Norfolk. Police have a description of the gunman. This is a composite sketch of the suspect. He's known by the nicknames L or Mad Max. The man is described as 5 feet 9 inches tall. He's 175 pounds and between the ages of 25 and 30 years old. The alleged gunman hangs out in the Brambleton and Mission College sections of Norfolk. Police say Fletcher Parker III got into an argument with the suspect inside of Gary's End on East Little Creek Road. The suspect shot Parker in the chest. Parker died at a local hospital. If you recognize the suspect, call the crime line at 1-888-LOCK-YOU-UP. An early morning fire destroys an historic dance hall in Houston, Texas. You'll see crews trying to put out the fire at the Morez Dance Hall. One firefighter even injured his hand. Investigators don't think anyone was inside the massive dance hall when the fire started. The building opened back in 1948. It was declared an historic landmark during the late 1990s. An accident kills 3 people in Newark, New Jersey. At least one of the victims was using a cell phone just as the accident happened. Jennifer Jordan has the latest on efforts to find the bodies.
Relatives of the victims reacting to the news that their loved ones may not have survived. Divers are in the waters of the Passaic River in search of a gray SUV and at least 2 women believed to be trapped inside. Witnesses say the victims were heading home from a party when the driver somehow lost control on Raymond Boulevard, crashing into the river.
We was just on the phone with them, and they was saying they was going down in the water.
One man apparently witnessed the accident and jumped into the Passaic to try and save the victims, but it was too late.
There was a guy who was trying to break the windshield to rescue the people that were in there, but he couldn't break the windshield, so he came back up. And after that, the police came.
There was a lady in the car. She was on the phone with 911. And the cops, I guess, were on 109 telling her to stay calm while she was underwater, that they have divers in the water already.
And investigators are looking over the scene to try to find out how this tragic accident happened. Meanwhile, the death toll increases to 18 as aftershocks shake northern Japan today. An earthquake crushed homes, triggered landslides, and devastated villages. More than 1,500 people were injured. Thousands are homeless. The quake caused roads to buckle and split. Railroad tracks were twisted, and many landslides hit the largely mountainous region north of Tokyo. The quake is the deadliest to hit the area in 40 years. Returning now to Hampton Roads, people in Virginia Beach are remembering the men and women killed in the Vietnam War. The moving wall is now on display at the oceanfront. This wall is a replica of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. The moving wall also lists the names of people killed in the war. Chris White says he brought his children to the wall to teach them about the importance of this piece of history.
I just wanted to bring my boys out so they could actually see what men have done before us and what men gave the ultimate sacrifice to provide for our freedom.
The moving wall will be on display at the 24th Street stage at the oceanfront until Tuesday. Today, a Chesapeake congregation marks a new beginning for their church.
All right.
Members of the Community Church of Chesapeake celebrate the church's 25th anniversary with a groundbreaking for a new building. One by one, people pick up bricks to symbolize the future of their parish. Now, this ceremony has special meaning because it comes more than 4 months after fire destroyed part of the church. The building went up in flames after it was struck by lightning.
I'm not going to say the glory has departed just because we've got problems. We're going to say God is testing us, refining us, and so that our faith, which is much more precious than gold or silver, will be more pure for His honor.
And the church is expanding so it can eventually hold 400 people. The world-famous Navy Blue Angels thrill the young and old. Straight ahead, see jets from a child's point of view. And a winter alert is in effect. Find out who isn't too bothered by it.
And we'll have some warm temperatures for those Halloween parties this week. Your forecast is straight ahead.
Live at 11, home of Triple Doppler Radar. This is your News Channel 3.
The 10-day Triple Doppler forecast, only on your News Channel 3.
Based on an independent owner's survey, one car outperformed an entire class in the most important category of all, customer satisfaction.